Hi friends, this is lesson 16 in our fraction mission 5, and we are going to be learning more about fractions. So we learned already that if this is one whole unit, then this number below would represent 0, and we learned that this right here is one whole unit. Okay? Now, if we're going to divide this one whole unit into fourths, that means we need to have 1/4 here, and 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here. Okay, so if this is fourths, we know that this first mark is 1/4 because we added one part. If I put another one, it is 2/4 because there's 2 parts. If I added a third one, this is 3 parts, or 3/4. And then for the one whole unit, this is 4/4, or 4/4, like this. Okay, now we're going to add even more. Okay, so I only have 4 of these toys to make one whole unit, but that's okay. I want to add another whole unit right here. So this is one whole unit, and now I'm going to add another whole unit, so that's 2. I'm going to put this right here so you can see what I'm doing. If I added 1/4 and 1/4 and 1/4 and 1/4, let me show you what this looks like. So if I have, this is 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, and that equals 4/4. But now what I want to do is I want to take more. So we're going to pretend that this equals, this is one whole unit, but this equals our 1/4. Okay, so now I'm going to add another 4th. I'm adding one more part. So my question to you is, it stays the same. The bottom number stays the same because we're dividing this all into fourths. But what would this, the top number would be different. It wouldn't be 1/4 because we already have 1/4 down here. So what do you think? There's a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This part right here is 5/4. If I add another part, this part right here is 6/4, because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parts. If I add another one, this is 7/4, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I add another one, now I have 8/4. Another way to say 8/4 is by saying 2 whole units. 2 whole units. So I have 1 here, I wish I had another one, and that would be 2. So I have 2 black units up here. Alright, so that's another way that we are going to use fractions, okay? Alright, so now let's get out our notes and our exit tickets. All right, I'm going to move this here. So we always have our highlighter ready to go. Okay, so how many fourths are equivalent to 3 wholes? So they're asking us about fourths. They're saying equivalent, which means equal, to 3 wholes. Okay, so this is like saying, this one right here is saying I have 1 whole right there. I have 1 whole right there. Okay, and then if I had 2 of these blacks, I would have 2, and then 3 of these. So it's asking us to do fourths. So I know 4 over 4 is what they're asking. So this 1 whole is 4 over 4, because I know 4 over 4 equals 1 whole. I can even write it there at the top. Okay, now I know that if I have 1 whole and I add another one, so here's my 1 whole, and I add another one, that means that the bottom number stays the same, but I'm adding 1 more, so 4 plus 1 is 5. And then I add another one, so I have 4, 5, 6 fourths. And then I can add another one, 7 fourths. And then I add another one, and that is 8 fourths. Okay, 8 fourths, which means 8 fourths is another way to say 2. Well, do you see the pattern? It goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now it's 9 fourths, 10 fourths, 11 fourths, and 12 fourths. So another way to say 3 wholes, these are whole, 3 whole, sorry, 3 wholes, okay, is 12 over 4. Okay, now let's turn our page, and it says place and label the missing whole numbers, then partition the wholes into halves and label the fraction. Okay, all right. They want us to, I see the word halves. Halves is 2 over 2. Okay, so I see this is 3 wholes, and this is 3 or 6 wholes. Okay, so to get to 6, we know we have to go 3, 4, 5, and these are wholes, right? We're not doing fractions, these are wholes. So it'd be like if I had 6 of these, that's what they're saying is 6 wholes. Okay, so then it says partition the wholes into halves. Okay, so this right here is one of these. 3 to 4 is 1 whole. So they want us to divide this in half. Then 4 to 5, that's another whole, so this is half. They want us to cut it in half. And 5 to 6, and this is a half. Okay, then they want us to label the halves. Well, before I do that, because I don't remember and I want to remember, I'm going to draw another line. Let's see. I'm actually, for our sake, you don't have to do this, but for our sake, what I'm going to do is draw it on my whiteboard so you can see that this line is, it keeps going, but this would be 2, this would be 1, and this would be 0. And if I divide these in half, it's like saying, so we know that this whole section right here is 1/2, and then this whole section right here is 2/2, which equals 1 whole. Okay. Then they said add, this is another half right here. So how many halves do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 halves. So I'm going to make 3/2. And then they want us to add another half right here. So that's 4/2. Okay, which is another way to say it is 2 wholes, right? Then they want us to add another half right here, so that's 5/2. Then they want us to add another half, which is 6/2. Okay, so now we're on our 3 whole right here. Now they want us to keep going with it, so the bottom number always stays the same. So there's a pattern. There is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that's 7/2. 8/2. Another way to say 8/2 is 4 wholes. 9/2. 10/2. Another way to say 5 wholes is 10/2. 11/2 and 12/2. Another way to say 12/2 is 6. Okay. All right.